Eyebrows, 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 eyebrows. The whole video is just eyebrows, honey. Hey everyone, I'm Anyway Black Swan and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, mwah, how you doing, baby? And if you're new, welcome. So today I want to get into eyebrows. Eyebrows is the second to most frequently asked question that I always get. How do you get your eyebrows to, you know, look like they do? What do you use on your eyebrows? All that kind of stuff. And eyebrows, if you go to any eyebrow tutorial, it's always going to be a different product, but it's their technique. So you at home, I want you to go through your own makeup kit and use whatever product that you already have, but implement the technique. I'm even gonna go as far as not even using an actual eyebrow product to show you as an example. Like, I can pretty much fill in my eyebrows with almost anything that's close to the color. So I got this NYX contour palette and I'm gonna show y'all how I can fill in my eyebrows with this thing. And then also I'll show y'all how to do with the gel or pomade. Okay, to start off, the first thing I wanna say about your eyebrows, and the best advice I can give you, is to break down what products you use right now that you feel the most comfortable with. Because at the end of the day, it's really not about the product, it's about your technique. If you have very, very full eyebrows, then I do tend to recommend powders, because you're basically already filled in, and then the powder can naturally fill in gaps. So that's my advice for you with fuller and thicker eyebrows. And most of y'all don't really need anything to fill it in with. Y'all can just go get it threaded or waxed, and then like it just looks done. Y'all people are just born blessed that way. Because I had clients where they're like, ooh, can you do my eyebrows? And I literally don't fill it in with anything. I'll just take concealer and mark underneath it before I do the eyeshadow, to kind of like make it pop a little more. Or if they're unkept, I'll cover it up with the concealer. Like the hair that's unkept, I'll cover it up with concealer, and then that's it. I'm usually not even filling it in. If I do fill it in, it's because they have like a small space. But for the girls like me who eyebrows don't grow that thick, or you know, they go get them done and then the lady like does a hack job, and so they're stuck with these sparse looking eyebrows for almost a whole year like me, this is definitely for you guys. For those who don't have any, that's a whole nother video. I would actually probably need a model. Okay, so that's my advice for people with full eyebrows. Y'all basically are good to go. You know, you can probably just put some eyebrow gel on top and then you're out the door. So if I were you, I really wouldn't worry about putting actual makeup on your eyebrows, because it might actually take away from your look. Because now, since your eyebrows are already thick, you're making them look thicker, and now the full concentration of your face is your very thick, dark eyebrows, and that's not what you want. You want your eyebrows to lift and complement your face, not to be the focal point of your face. If you look in the mirror, or if anybody looks at you and the first thing they see is your eyebrows are too harsh. You want to frame and complement, not be so emboldened where they are taking over your face, you know? If you are spending the majority of your makeup time on your eyebrows, and that time is not being cut down every time you're doing, like, not just your eyebrows, with any part of your face, if you are constantly having to spend a lot of time on that particular part of your face and your time is not being cut down, you're not getting more efficient with it, you're not getting the hang of it, then your technique does need to be adjusted. Because the more you practice, the better you should get. The better you get, the more efficient you should be, right? So if those things aren't happening, then you have to change something in that process. After a period of time, I'm not talking about a long time, like within your fourth or fifth beat, if you don't feel a flow and a change, you're like, okay, yeah, this did work. You know, okay, now I'm getting the hang of it. Okay, today it turned out even better. You know, even better, even better. That should be happening with whatever product that you're using. So with my eyebrows, like I said before, it's really not the product, it's the technique. So I'm gonna go as far as using something that's not even technically an eyebrow product. I'm just gonna use a regular powder. For one of the examples, I'm gonna use a powder. This is my NYX contour kit. This is for your face. Also, when it comes to products, the better you are at learning your face and getting familiar with products, then you'll start to see and notice that a lot of products are just repackaged. It's the exact same thing. It'll give you the exact same results. It's just repackaged and probably the price is probably jacked up. Using eyeshadows, contour kits that complement your eyebrow color is just fine. I'm gonna use this contour kit, but before I even get into the contour, I gotta wipe off the eyebrow. For this example, we're gonna wipe off this eyebrow, and then after I do the powder, I'm gonna show y'all how I do the pomade for my eyebrows. Okay, like I said, my eyebrows don't grow, so literally, this is like 2 years of never going somewhere and getting my eyebrows done, because like if somebody touches my eyebrows, they're gonna more than likely probably jack them up and make them uneven, and then it takes too long for them to grow. So they usually are unmaintenanced. Like they really don't, like I can see my shape, but I have hairs scraggling, but my hairs are fine, so when I cover it up, you can't see. Okay, so with this color right here, this last color of my NYX contour kit, this is the shade HCPS05. The color is Hale, H-A-L-E. So I'm gonna take that color and then a flat angle brush. This one's from NYX. And I'm gonna start taking this and then just going all along the interior of my eyebrow and filling it in. If I really want a natural looking eyebrow, I'm gonna use a powder. Nowadays, I kind of rarely use a powder. I usually use the pomade because it's usually like just sitting right there in front of me. And then also, if I'm doing a dramatic makeup look, I need my eyebrows to be a little darker, because when your eyeshadow is dramatic or a dark color, it washes your eyebrows out. So me using a pomade in a darker color is gonna make my eyebrows come back forward. So now I can have my same balance that I have. Okay, you see how light and natural this looks? And I'm making sure I'm just going all in between the grains of my hair, of my eyebrow hairs. And then at the tail end, I'm gonna make sure that's packed on a little more. And yes, you saw correctly, there was no primer or nothing on my eyes. I find that when you put primer on, it kinda gives a film over your hair on your eyebrows. So then when you're putting on your eyebrow filler, your eyebrow color, it's not actually going into the grains of your hair. It's just like, it's just sitting on top. So for the eyebrow portion, I like to make sure they're completely cleaned off. That's about as filled up as I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna take a concealer or foundation, because this is actually a foundation. This is the Makeup Revolution's foundation. This is a thick foundation and it works just like their concealer. So I have the concealer in the back of my hand, or foundation, whatever you choose to use. I am going to start chiseling out look. It's so weird having to do this with lashes already on. Just with a light hand. I'm not pressing down heavy at all. I'm using the light hand, and it's like I'm feathering the concealer out. So I'm chiseling away, getting to my eyebrow shape. I'm not being emboldened and just going in all super ham, all up against the hair. I'm working my way to the hair. I don't know if you can see that I'm doing that, but I'm working my way to the hair because it's easier to build up to that hairline than already starting on that hairline and then messing it up. I'm just chiseling away at that. So the bottom part is basically the way I want it. And then I know that it looks clean enough if I look down and it looks like a nice crisp line. So in the mirror, this is how I'm looking at myself. That's how I know it's like a nice smooth arch. If you want an arch, whatever shape that I want, I'm gonna look down, and when it looks like a smooth arch, that's when I know I did it. That's when I know I can stop. Let me go ahead and smooth this line out. I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow brush and I'm just gonna buff this out. Also, I noticed when some people, when they are drawing in their eyebrows, you're using your magnified side, right? If you're new to doing your eyebrows or maybe your hand's really shaky, when you are staring that close into the lines, you're guaranteed to mess it up. Think about it this way. When you were in driver's ed and they're teaching you how to drive, what did they tell you? Look beyond the road. Don't look dead in front of you, because when you look dead in front of you, you start to swerve because you're focusing too hard on inches. So when you're using a mirror, you're still close to it, but you're getting a wider perspective. So when I'm up against it, I can see every little tiny imperfection of my hairs, the grains in my skin, and then that's when I'm over concentrating, and then that's when you're more likely to mess up on the eyebrow. So just relax, take a breath. Don't be hyped up on coffee, because I've done that before. I've been hyped up on coffee before I'm doing my eyebrows and I jacked them up. And just let it flow. A real light hand. Just don't over concentrate, and then just start chiseling it out. And then be kind to yourself. Don't be harsh on yourself. Be like, oh, this one hair is out of place. It's cool. It's cool. I can go over it with something else. Whatever. Just be real chill about it, because when you're really intense about your eyebrows, when you're trying to make them perfect, they're just going to keep messing up. Okay, so now I'm going to take my foundation, and that's what I'm going to use to clean up the top of my eyebrow. Goodness, this head wrap like took off my makeup. Okay, so I'm going to take the brush, I already have it, and then when I'm putting it in, I'm dipping it in, right? But I'm making sure some of the product is wiped off because I don't want to get gooped on there. You're carving out your eyebrows when you're making the shape, when you're defining them with the concealer. For some reason, I feel like rounded flat brushes really help out the job. And with a light hand, I'm going to start doing nice, even swooping strokes. And I said this on a video before, the best analogy I can use for when you are cleaning up the top part of your eyebrow is just like when you're cutting paper. Don't chop at it, go straight through. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Don't let the fear of messing up make it so you mess up, because your eyebrows can smell fear. Your eyebrows and your wing liner smell it. This is how the eyebrow looks like. Mind you, I used a $16 contour kit from the drugstore, and it gives me the same life that I would get from an eyebrow powder that is this big and costs $20, $25, $30. So now, the next one, we're gonna use a pomade on the other eye. So I'm gonna show y'all how I do that. Okay, so for this eyebrow, I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Down Pomade in the color dark brown. It doesn't have to be this particular pomade. Okay, so using a flat angled brush, when I'm using a pomade, I wanna make sure that it's nice and pointed. Like, I need this as sharp as possible. It's nice and pointed. See how sharp that looks? This is the same brush that I used from earlier, the NYX angle brush. So now I'm gonna dip into this pomade. I'm gonna make sure I get a good amount. And then I'm gonna scrape some off so it is even on both sides. Okay. So now, comb this out. Make sure you always comb your eyebrow hair out, even if you have like this much eyebrow, still comb it through. And I'm gonna actually start from the middle point, well, kind of the middle part, the middle point, not where my arch is, not at this point, right before it. So I'm taking that and I'm just gonna go straight diagonally out. Because if you're using the pomade, more than likely you want a real bold sculpted eyebrow, because pomades are dense and pigmented. So take that and feather that out. And then as I'm feathering it out, I'm gonna get closer and closer to the bridge of my nose without picking up any more products. So now I have that started, right? So now I have basically half my shape already created for me. So now all I have to do is just bring this down. All I have to do is just bring this part down, since I can see the high point of the eyebrow. And so now I'm gonna make an X. So going across where this arch is, I'm gonna take this and make an X right here, you see? And this is the part I'm gonna draw down from. So you see where the X was made? That's hard for me to do on camera, to look at the camera and do. So I'm gonna look at my mirror and do it. So I have the X right here, going on the other side of the high point. Okay, so this is the high point of my eyebrow, right? I drew this here, and now I'm gonna take this, and I'm just gonna go diagonally straight down the other way. So now there goes my arch. There goes the shape for the bottom part of my eyebrow. And now I'm gonna do the top. And with the top, I'm just following the shape of my natural eyebrow, right along the perimeter. You see, I'm not taking the top part all the way to the eyebrow, to my nose, to the bridge of my nose. I'm not gonna take the top part down there because we're gonna do something else there. So I'm taking that and I'm connecting it with the high point of the eyebrow, and then I'm gonna connect it to the tail of my eyebrow. You're just getting the shape. It's not gonna look exactly like this when you're cleaning the eyebrow up. Right now, you're just getting your shape down. So me personally, I don't like the tail of my eyebrow to be anywhere near my hairline. Like, I want it to be here, not here, because some people, they take it all the way out. I personally don't do that. If you do that, keep doing it, because that is you. But for me, I do not like the eyebrow to be extended that far. So those are touching, and now I'm gonna fill all this in, going with the grains of my hair. Now that I'm going near the bridge of my nose, I'm gonna start flicking the hairs upward, taking the product from my base line and pushing it up, flicking it up. The best way I can describe it is like when you're in elementary and you were like learning how to draw grass. You drew the land and then you made the grass. You just drew lines flicking up. So that's the best way I can describe it. It's just flicking up the grass. So there goes the shape. Now we can clean them up because my face looks crazy. So I'm gonna take this, even it out like before. So I'm just chiseling away at it, feathering it out, and then building up to the line. Okay, and so for the top part, same thing. I'm taking it and I'm gonna do swiping motions. I don't even know, can y'all see? Okay. Yeah, so I really do hope this helped y'all. I really do. Y'all understand, like, it makes my day, it makes it worthwhile when people comment like, yo, like that actually did help, because I don't know if it's helpful or not. All I know is I can explain as thoroughly as possible the things that I do and tricks that I personally do on myself and my clients that work. So please be vocal. Like, please speak to me, be vocal. And I don't know if, you know, these tricks really do work. So far, a lot of people told me that, you know, the tricks really do help and work. So I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep at it until y'all like, girl, no. Until y'all choose not to choose me, then I'm gonna keep going for it. So, and I appreciate y'all watching. And if you like this video and want more like it, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And don't forget to hit your notifications bell. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.